Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about a movie. Why are we talking about a movie on this channel? Because I'm mad. Why am I mad? Because I stayed up for 24 hours watching 7 episodes of a single series which could have taken 1 hour and just be a movie. Squid Game season 2 was absolutely not necessary, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Now, don't get me wrong. I liked season 1 because it was interesting and we got to know what the game was about. We got to see why this game was created in the first place, who it was created for, what the game was meant to be. We got to understand who were in charge. We got to see the big bosses. We knew what was going on, why the game was even going, why the game was even created in the first place. We got the whole thing. That was interesting, right? Now, as for season 2, we got 7 episodes of the exact same thing, which was not even interesting, when it could have been wrapped up into one movie for 2 hours and we would have watched it and it would have been interesting. But no, they got 7 episodes of practically the exact same thing over and over again. So in the first 2 episodes, we got to find out what the main character has been up to this past 3 years. Thank God he decided to cut the red hair. I don't know whose idea that was, but thank God he decided to ditch that hair. So anyways, he has been trying to find this recruiter, the guy who recruits them, salesman, I don't know what you want to call it, but he's been trying to find this man for the past 3 years. He finally found the man and he died. Yeah, the guy killed himself while they were playing Russian roulette. So he lost. He killed himself. The investigator from the last season who got shot and fell down the cliff is back. So he walked in while the other guy shot himself and another guy hit his head and he passed out. When Mr. Investigator woke up, he found out that the main character is also trying to end the game. So the two of them decided to collaborate and try to put a stop to the game. But he found out that the main character is trying to kill the man in the mask, and the man in the mask is his brother. So I feel like he's going to backstab him in season 3, because the way season 2 ended, we're definitely getting a season 3. So what happens next is the main character is then offered to play the game again, which he takes it. He agrees and they do the whole process and they kidnap him and they take him to this island. But this time around, the main character has a bunch of backups. Okay, so he has this investigator dude. He has these other people who are also trying to help him because he promised them a lot of money, so they're also trying to help him end the game. So they're out now trying to find this island where they play the game, thinking they put a tracker in the main character, but the gamers were already one step ahead of him and they lost his tracker. They put it on somebody else. So now these people are out here looking for a fisherman. They find the fisherman, realize that the gamers were already one step ahead of them, and now they're back to square one. Back in the island, they're about to play the first game, which is red light, green light. Always fun. They took the fun out of it this time, but I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was hilariously funny because the main character was trying to tell the people that they're going to die and nobody would listen to him. But anyways, they played the red light, green light game and were introduced to a whole bunch of new characters. Thanos is a bully and he's an artist. I don't know who is buying his music, but he's an artist. It's giving G-Dragon, but like the lowest budget of G-Dragon. After the first game, red light, green light, a lot of them die and people are panicking. Some want to leave. At this point, they all want to leave, but then they show them the amount of money they've made and they explain to the players what the game is about, and they tell them the more people die, the more money they get. So the greedy ones, which was a lot of them, decided to stay and some people decided to go. So they decided to do a vote. So after every round, they were going to do a vote, and whichever side comes out the highest, that if you decide to stay or if you decide to go, whichever side had the majority, then they would go with their decision. So they had to vote to either go or stay, and the majority won and therefore they had to stay. So they stayed and played another game. Same thing, after the game they came back, they had to vote, majority won, and then they stayed again. They decided to play another game. They played another game. So many people died. It was like cheer dance. It's like cheer dance, but in a different kind of way. They were spinning. They had to run into rooms. So they did this one, and a lot of people died, and people were just tired, and they were like, okay, no, let's get over this, so decided to vote again, and the votes were a tie. So after the vote ends in a tie, they're asked to sleep over it and then vote again. So they go to the bathroom and a fight breaks out. Thanos dies, a bunch of people die, the main character. So he decides, look, there's going to be a fight and the people up there are going to let it happen. So we need to stay safe. And they come up with a plan to take the weapons of the masked guys and go and attack. They were tired of sitting here because they know they're all going to die. So they decided to go with this plan and attack the guys with the mask when they come to separate the fight. So just as he predicted, a fight breaks out and the masked guys come in. They try to separate them. Main character guy and his entourage come in, they take the guns, they shoot them, and they find a way to escape the room they're sleeping in, and they head up to find the front man. Some decided to fight with the main character while others were too scared to do it, so they stayed behind. So this man and his friends decide to head up. So they head up, they're shooting, it's cool. They're shooting, they're fighting, it's all going well until most of them die and our main guy is kidnapped or caught. And then we find out 001 is the mask guy, which we all knew. For those of you who watched season 1, you already know. Number 1 should not be trusted. I don't understand why he was trusting number 1. Like, I would never trust the number 1 ever again. But this dumb man just decided to trust the game. So anyways, yeah, I don't know why the movie was 7 episodes long. It could have just been a movie. But yeah, that's what we get. Why did they introduce a new masked man, a woman? Why did they introduce this character when she plays absolutely no role in the game? We normally do not care about the human trafficking stuff. I don't know who they were trying to do that for, but it wasn't necessary. You would think adding a character like that will make us get to see what they do behind the scenes, how they prepare for games, how they set up the games, how they choose the games, but we get absolutely none of that. So I feel like her character, and also even trying to understand her character, she has a child in North Korea, and it just took so much time for absolutely no reason. That's why I feel like this whole series could have been a 2-hour movie, but they just made it absolutely long for no reason. Probably cash cow, I don't get it, but it really was so unnecessarily long. It could have just been a movie for 2 hours. Anyways, you guys, that's my thoughts on Squid Game 2. If you still want to go ahead and watch it, feel free. I mean, there's some interesting parts. I think the trans woman was actually very interesting, and the Russian roulette game. That was it. That's the only thing that was interesting about the movie. If you still want to go ahead and watch it, feel free. I mean, knock yourself out, but honestly, it's just a downgrade. Anyways, you guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. EXO Kitty is out. I'm going to watch that, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Bye, guys.